Now, what does a person mean when they say they're practicing something, right? They mean they ain't even been taught how to properly play it yet, because they can't even afford guitar lessons right now, for example. So see, all this is practicing playing. I admit I'm not playing a song, right? Why? Because I was never taught to play guitar, right? You can't play something until you're given lessons. But if I never had any lessons, I still haven't been taught to play the guitar yet, right? So I'm still practicing until I get lessons or can afford lessons to play guitar. Now, the chords I am showing you, I'm learning from a chord book, right? Which again, right, it says this is a G chord, right? But I have nothing to compare it to if I'm playing it right or wrong, right? See, then I'm getting lessons to play the guitar, right? But if I'm just playing the chord, right, alone, I'm playing the chord, right? I don't know if that sounds right or not. I don't have something to compare it to, right? So right now I'm trying to make sounds that sound decent to me on the guitar. That's it. That's it. That's why it's called practice, right? See, I don't have an instructor who's teaching me lessons to play guitar because I can't afford it, right? For example. So I'm just playing something that sounds alright to me. Trying to come up with a melody. People talk to me, Craigslist. My mom calls. My sisters. I can see my sister at her restaurant. Because, again, I'm explaining that to her. It has to do with what happened to me in the Navy. Right? And then they're saying your son would be embarrassed, Shane. Why? Because she would have to be coached to do all that with me? I can't coach her to do that all of you one night. No, you should be embarrassed, right? If it's who I think it is. That I had to do that with your daughter and she didn't know what to do either, though. You see what I mean? It's you who don't know the line. A stepdad can take with his daughter versus pedophilia, I don't know, or molestation. And you're a bad parent if you're letting me do that to your daughter too. You understand? Because no mom in her right mind would even let that start once I started pulling down her panties, right? And wait and see what I would do next. No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. Now, the only reason you would have to do that is you think she has to be yourself here, so not because I see you escorting her to the bathroom, which then I would understand. Oh well, Daphne's escorting her to the bathroom because you gotta pee. Same reason, right? Or she's in there with me by myself. Cause why? She's gotta pee. Ain't that what you would think? If she's in there with you and you don't see the mom anywhere? Right. You see what I mean? Right. Now, someone's overreacting, okay, because they're not around good men to begin with. Right? That's what she's protecting, not me. I'm her piece of shit husband, I guess. Whatever she married me for, the one I was mentally ill, I don't know. I don't know. She can't even admit it's her. That's how embarrassed she is that her daughter would do all that with me as if no other male undressed in front of her but me. Dude. Some people don't get that. If the child's comfortable with male nudity, it ain't mine first. But of course, if you think she smelled and needed a bath or a shower, that wouldn't be a big deal, would it? No. Not if you're the stepdad, right? Now, if she's one of those moms who thinks only she can touch her daughter to bathe her, I don't know. Yeah, did. But thank God I moved back to base anyway. I know that. Right. Still the point. Still the point. Either 1 to 4 days later. I mean, 3 days later, right? But see, only if Daphne went back into the bedroom, okay, would I think the daughter was in there with me alone, or she was asleep still, right? You see what I mean? What's she doing there, right? You know what I mean, right? And then she would have to get a mirror to see what I was doing there. And then she would have to, let it play out. And then she would have to use the mirror periodically because, she wouldn't know what the hell she was seeing even. And again, I'd be trying to figure out what was going on too, right? And again, right, we're not talking about anything sexual happening, or she would have saw that too, right? She might be sick in the head to imagine something happened that didn't, but I'm not. I know better. I have a sister growing up. The bitch won't remember that. You see what I mean? I help take care of her. And all you have to know to change someone's diaper or help them potty train is do it once. You ain't got to do it a lot. Either. If you change someone's diaper once, you pretty much know how to do it with anyone. If you help your sister potty train her, you gave her a bath when, again, or a bubble bath or whatever when you're babysitting her for your mom until you're in the military or something. But like I said, right, this person clearly don't know me, and I was only married to me and around me for 4 months. She met my sister. She met my grandma. She met. See, first they want me to blame who? It seems the one there. The one there. But the problem with that is what? She's not the only one around her. Biological dad is. He forgets if he points the finger at her, he's the only one who could have coached her besides us. See, coaching, Salvatore, or asshole that you are, means you did it first. That's the only way you can know. Salvatore, whatever you are. And only a jackass would do that to his daughter to see if she would do it with stepdad too. I know. Right. Because no one else can know it further than me any fucking way. Dickhead. See what I mean, Daphne? They're trying to get me to blame you. But the thing is, I know you wouldn't want your daughter coming in there to me in the middle of the night at all, even if she were asleep. I might would even suggest you would lock the damn door, unless they taught her how to unlock one. see. Or to wait till you were asleep before doing that, you know what I mean? I don't know, I'm guessing. See. Because, see, unfortunately for you, asshole, I fell on base, oddly. Yet, how would they know either? See, that's the problem. So you can't just imagine that happening. You have to witness it happening somehow. The only way would be illegally, by the way, which is what entrapment is. Even if someone's a dope dealer, you cannot, if you're a police officer, instigate a sale. There's reasons for that. That's entrapment. Certain things you can't do. Plus, some men are uncomfortable with male to female nudity or even male to male or vice versa. I know. And only see it one way, sexually. Some men cannot cope with seeing a woman naked and think crazily that they got to rape her or something. That's why some men, okay, and I'm not saying they're not drunk when they're doing this either, will take advantage of another drunk female because, okay, they were told not to go to the party because that might happen to them. But they went anyway, and it happened to them, right? See, what they're really doing is using that as an excuse to do that to them too. But they're also drinking too, right? That's why you told not to do that, because your inhibitions are lowered. Someone can take advantage of you, and they're being taken advantage of too. That's the irony there. They don't know what they're doing either because of the alcohol as well. They might have a better memory of it than you, or might not either. But you can be drunk at different levels, and one person might remember something, and one similar, and one person might not. That's the problem too, with crimes and misdemeanors and punishment and all that, right? Now, let's get serious though. If you're an old-fashioned thinker, Salvador, whatever your full name is, I never asked Daphne to tell me it. I don't give a shit what it is. Yeah, Italian rat bastard, though. You're acting like a mob informant or something, too. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You think that shit scares me? No. That's all I've dealt with. It don't. Now, the reason all this is practice is no one has given me one lesson in how to play the piano. But you can't tell me that's not the opening lyrics to the Rose. Yes, it is played on piano. Yes, it is. In unison. But back then there's voice from the song on the radio. Right. But guess what? No one taught me to play that either. Means I'm playing it by ear. It's like if I play this song. If I play that song and there ain't even sheet music for it and no one's ever heard it played by anyone but only sung by Robert Plant, then I'm playing it by ear based on the notes I'm hearing on the what? Radio. Radio. Thank you. See, that's playing it by ear, right? Now, sometimes Robert will sing it even freestyle it. But again, right. So this person knows I have a son, is trying to use it again, like this would embarrass him, when again he has a daughter who this would equally embarrass, right? If again it is who I think it is, right? Now, the reason he's doing it is he has a paranoid fixed delusion with the mentally ill. He don't know the difference between someone who's psychotic and someone who's paranoid, schizophrenic, bipolar, or delusional, and what all that means medically.
Right.
But he's pretending he does. Right? Well, again, see, I ain't played the trumpet since I was in band. So even though I got a new one, I ain't practiced since the 6th grade. And I'm still practicing because, again, my learning experience consisted of one semester, well, one school year, about, 9 months. And then 3 months summer vacay. Then I went to the baritone, right? Though, again, any instrument you're playing, practice is where you start learning to play it. The difference with someone who's playing it as a professional is my practice has gotten to the level where I can be paid to play it. But it's still practice that makes perfect, right?
Right.
But like I said, now, say Daphne is watching, right? Okay, whatever. The only reason, okay, if she was coached by Sal anyway, she wouldn't know what to do is you, her daughter, would only be exposed to Sal first. Not me. Not you. So she knew if she's doing something with me, there's only one person who could have coached her that close. After, again, her living with Grandma for 2 years. And guess who he would coach her to say, coach her, Grandma. If she said Grandma showed her that, right, even she would know there's only one person by process of elimination who could have really showed her that, and that's her biological dad. Even I know that. But again, I'm where I'm supposed to be, right? The child would have to actually be coached to come in there, right? Repeatedly more than once. That's what I mean. Now, I can't prove it, nor can Daphne, nor can anyone else, right? If any of what I'm saying is true. But like I said, anyone who performed cunnilingus on his life one time, but that's different. If he was told about it, whatever. I, on the other hand, would never do cunnilingus on a child even once. But I do know technically what you can do with a child. And there's only one thing. You can stick out your tongue to make sure she didn't pee, but not touch her vagina. See? But you can also say that could be licking her one time if you didn't look, touch it. But either way, it's not a crime if you're just making sure your stepdaughter hadn't yet peed herself if she's in the bedroom with her arm on her. You don't know. You don't know. Right. You don't even remember if she woke you up or not. Right? And it would kind of seem dream-like if story one or story two happened, right? And that's what you mean by saying that, right? Here's why. A real pedophile has to go to the daughter who's with the mom to even wake her up and get her into the living room with him. Well, guess what? My wife was pissed off with me, right? Already. And I'm trying to keep cool by sleeping on the couch, right? You've heard the old adage, until the wife invites you back to the bedroom, the man has to take the couch, right? No crime in that, right? Right. No harm in that, right? There's no chance my ex-wife would even catch me near their door. Except to what? There you go, there you go. And even then, I don't go, snooping around the door. I don't even see if it's unlocked. Whether it is or not, wouldn't even matter. Wouldn't even touch it to find out. Now, like I told you with my cousin, right, who I touched her leg one time. Now, when I woke up and later on at night, I did have to pee, and I did see the door was locked, and it was locked, right? See what I mean? You can do that if you touch your cousin's leg, and it was kind of weird. Make sure everything's alright. Not really, everything's cool with her, she locked the door, right? At least you needed to do that. So if something was to happen, like I told you, even with her, she would have to come in there to me later on, right? Because I basically would let that go too, right? Knowing it's not normal for either me or her to do that, but we both spotted it, right? You know what I mean? We both knew it was odd behavior. We both didn't take it past that either. See what I mean? But when she asked me why did I do it, I said, well, because I've read a lot of things and I'm not confused sometimes. But I'm not trying to have sex with you. I'm just trying to see if you're comfortable, but not trying to just have sex with you, but trying to find my wife too. You know what I mean? Right? Well, it depends on who you ask. Now, some people say you can marry a first cousin. Some people say you can't. It's more third, right? But that's still the point. It's still the person's choice and how they feel about it, but you don't know, right? You don't recall that happening, right? Because you really went to sleep when you went to sleep. And the cousin really has to actually wake you up. And you don't recall that part if it happened or not. Like making up a story with the 12-year-old. Yeah, I can pretend. Okay, she could come in there to me. But why? Well, the boyfriend was kicked out the house as the ex-boyfriend when I met her and her mom, right? Well, what if she caught him doing something with her? But what would be the point of being with me, alright? Well, I wouldn't do that to her. I'll just read her a bedtime story and do the mom. There you go. There you go. That's what that's for. I wouldn't even touch the little girl. I would sleep on the couch and stay on the couch all night long. Now, like I told you before, the only way, something could happen is if she got curious as to why I didn't do nothing and he did, and she wanted to talk to me about it in private after her mom went to sleep. Which would mean she was again waiting for her mom to go to sleep before she would do that. Though again, I had also went to sleep around the same time that I went to sleep. This is of course before what? Morning, right? Same with the other little girl in the other apartment where her mama let me come and do her on the love seat. But there again, she went to bed and I stayed on the love seat. But again, the girl would only come in there if something was happening to her too. Right. See what I mean? See what you mean? Right. And I would still say I can't do that with you. I'm almost 20 something years old, baby. I would try to talk her out of it. Because I know better. You know better. Right. The only way I couldn't stop it, if we were talking about it, like I would tell her, is if you came on to me and you did it all to me, and I can't do nothing about that. Because I can't physically hit you or harm you. Like I said anyway, and if you do it to me, I can't stop you, but I can tell you you're not supposed to do that either, because that's accountability, right? So whoops. Right. Well, you get the point.